Let me tell you why. This comes down to textual criticism and an understanding of how we got Scripture. We do not have any original copies of Scripture. We've said that before. That's not what we had. We don't even have exactly even copies of the originals. We don't even know if we have copies of the originals. But we do have a lot of manuscripts of the New Testament. We talked about that before. And understanding that this verse, it was, if you raised your hand, I know what Bible translation you used, by the way. It was not in the manuscripts that those translators used. As time goes on, we get better, older manuscripts, not saying that older is better in manuscripts. Older is better when it comes to people, of course, but not in manuscripts. But we did get better and older manuscripts that were missing this. A lot of people postulate that this is just trying to bring the Gospels into harmony a little bit better, because sometimes very pious scholars, when they're making copies, will have done that. If you want to see a great example of that, you can go and read the works, the edited works of Josephus, and then read the unedited works of Josephus, especially when it comes to speaking of Jesus. They made Jesus sound a lot better than Josephus originally meant him to as a Jewish historian. But it wasn't there. It wasn't there in the oldest documents, so that's why it's out. If you go back into Mark 9:29, you might be missing part of that verse as well. There are a lot of little textual variances. But here's the thing. All it says is Matthew's gospel doesn't say that. The truth that is in that is still in Scripture. It's in Mark 9:29. You can go and read it there. If you want to know more about this gentleman right here, Daniel Wallace, he actually helped translate this Bible that I've got here. It's a New English translation that has all the translation notes in there. If you want to know why a word was translated the way it was from either the Hebrew or the Greek, they will let you know. There's a huge paragraph of why this was let out in here, and it tells you every piece of manuscript that is labeled and numbered, that you can go and read it for yourself if you know how to read Greek. If you do, you're a much better person than I am. But I've got a cool app on my phone now, though, that all I have to do is make my camera stare at it, and it reads it for me. It turns it into English, which is really, really cool. I was playing with that yesterday. I can teach you how to get it on your phone if you've got an Android. If you've got Satan's phone, Apple, I don't know how. So anyway, but Daniel Wallace helped translate this. He explains what these textual variances are. We have a lot of textual variances, but they do not impact actually 0% of what our church doctrine is. You will never find any doctrine that will state everything we believe about Jesus is based on this one verse. It's just not there. So go look up How Badly Was the New Testament Corrupted. It's a 2-hour-long video. It's great. If you like dry humor, he is wonderful at it. But very, very interesting. I'll give you a hint. I'll spoil the ending. None of it. But you can go and he talks about Bart Ehrman. He challenges him and his assumptions on there. He is a very, very smart man and very, very down to earth. So take a picture of this, go Google it, because I'm going to show you a bunch of videos where you can go and dig. So why is Matthew missing? It's a textual criticism issue. It's a textual variance issue. We can talk more about it if you need.